Hey, how's it going? Chatback here, xspenceif here with another episode of Chatback. It's a beautiful day today, it really is. Now, there was two things I want to talk about. I'm only going to talk about one of them and I'll save the one for next week. But the first thing I want to talk about is, today I want to talk to you about police and speed cameras. Now, in the news the other day, there was talk about, in Perth, they're going to have point-to-point speed cameras, which is a great idea, don't get me wrong. Point-to-point speed cameras are the way to go. So it takes a photo of you at the start, and then it takes a photo of you at the end, and if you have gone faster than the time that it should have taken you to get between those two cameras, you get a speeding fine. That's it. That's a good idea. But what I don't like is single point fixed speed cameras. I feel like they serve no purpose. Because after a while, you're going to know that speed camera's there. I mean, I don't speed on purpose. I do speed. But if I know that there's a speed camera coming up over here, I'm going to be watching my speed. But a police officer sitting in a car or on a motorbike in that spot there, or anywhere, because they can be anywhere, but you don't know they're there. If you are afraid to be pulled over for speeding because the police officer is going to pretty much tan your hide for breaking the law, I feel like that's more of a deterrent than a flash and then a thing in the mail later on. You know? I mean, most people. I'm not a person who is all that worried about fines. I mean, most of the time, if I do get done for speeding, it is not a huge amount. Like, it's, 4 or 5 to 10 Ks over the speed limit, and it's a nominal amount. It's not much at all. I've never lost any demerit points or anything like that. And most of the time when I have gotten caught for speeding, it's because I've just been absent-mindedly driving along, like after work or before work, real early in the morning. But there was this one time I got pulled over. I was on my way to Perth. I was doing about 120 in 110k zone, as I used to do all the time, and I got pulled over. This cop come up to the window, and he asked for my license, and then asked if I knew why I got pulled over, and then he went, "We were effing following you for the last 20 kilometers. We know that you were speeding. Get out of the car." And I was like, "What the hell? Like, what's going on?" He pulled me over to the side of the road, and he absolutely tore shreds off me because I had a car full of people, it was dark, and I was speeding. And I gotta say, I was a little scared. I really was a little scared. That is more of a deterrent to me than a freaking speed camera sitting on the side of the road. Because it's a flash, and then you get a fine in the mail, and nothing. That's it. I mean, yeah, every now and then somebody might lose some demerit points. And if you get done for speeding and you're seriously speeding, you lose your car. But a $50 fine isn't going to do it. It's just not. So I really think we need more police officers rather than more speed cameras. Just highway officers, the ones that they drive around up and down the freeways or the highways, and all they're doing is pulling people over for speeding. That's all that needs to happen. I feel like that's the way that this needs to go, not the way to speed cameras and that sort of stuff. That's all I wanted to say. Oh yeah, and a speed camera is not going to stop a drunk driver. A speed camera is not going to stop somebody who is drugged out of their mind and cannot friggin' see the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, speed cameras, I'm not going to say they're useless because they do have their merits, but a speed camera is not what we need to be doing. We need to be having more police. A police officer with a radar gun pulling over a speeder who is drunk will do more than the dude who was drunk, speeding, crashed his car, killed 3 people. That person gets a fine in the mail. That person isn't even alive anymore. Now, I'm not saying that speed cameras are revenue raisers, because they're not. I mean, they do create money for the government, but That's not why they're there. They are there to try and deter people from speeding. It just, fines don't work. That's what I'm saying. But Sage, you asked me, is there anything that, if it involves something, if it involves this thing, that it's not worth doing? There's quite a few things like that for me. Like, sometimes I really feel like having a cheesy. Sometimes I really feel like cheese is one of my favorite foods, but cutting cheese is just way too much effort for me. Like, if I'm not really that hungry, I'll go, cheesy? Nah. I'll go have a packet of chips instead. It's really bad, but I mean, that's what I do. So there's another one. It involves food again. Sometimes like when I'm playing games, my wife will go, hey, Cam, you want to cook dinner tonight? And I'll be like, oh no, she'll be like, hey Cam, can you make lunch? And I'm like, oh, I'm not that hungry. When I'm really hungry, but I just don't want to stop playing the game, so I don't eat. Which is really bad. It really is bad. But hey, what do you do? Anyway, Sam, so my question to you and everybody out there is, what are your thoughts on speed cameras? Let me know. Put a comment down below. Don't forget to like and share the video. And guys, we're looking for 60, alright? We need you to subscribe to Team SL. I think we're at about 33 subscribers now, so come on, time's a ticking. Time's a ticking. We're already a third of the way through the next 100. Time's ticking, guys. Anyway, guys, I've been Expensive. I'll catch you later.